Time now for What the Farage, and breaking tonight, millions of Americans are voting in one of the most highly anticipated elections in US history, with polls in some states closing in less than 2 hours, actually. So these are the critical midterms. They decide senators, governors and even city mayors across America. President Biden and the Democrats risk losing both the House and the Senate if this huge red wave of Republican victories comes off. That would leave the door wide open for Donald Trump to make a sensational return to the White House in 2024. He's teased a, quote, big announcement for a week today. Watch this.
I'm going to be making a very big announcement on Tuesday, November 15th at Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach, Florida.
And Nigel Farage is there at the heart of the action, joining me now live from Arizona. So look, Nigel, I know so much is going on, lots of big races in Arizona, but can we talk about the Trump question? What do you know? Is this going to be an announcement that he's going to run for president a week today?
Oh, I think it's without doubt, Dan. I've said for a long, long time that I thought Trump would run again. I mean, clearly, if the results tonight were deeply disappointing, he might think about it again. But, you know, it's the midterms. It's the midterms. It nearly always goes against the incumbent president. The only question here is not whether there'll be a red wave. How big is it going to be? You know, do they finish up with 51 seats in the Senate or 54? And that's the margin, really, between it being a moderate success and it being a big success. But I think Trump looks at the Biden presidency, looks at the complete breakdown of law and order in many American cities. Interestingly, particularly the ones where they followed BLM and defunded the police. He looks at the state of the US economy. He looks at all these things. No, Trump is going to run. He will announce this next Tuesday at Mar-a-Lago. And one of the reasons, Dan, that I'm in Arizona is I think Kari Lake, the former CEO, I think she's going to win the governorship here in Arizona. And I really wouldn't be surprised if next Tuesday she wasn't at Mar-a-Lago too, and wasn't announced as Trump's vice presidential running mate. That is my guess as to what's going to happen.
Wow. I mean, Kari Lake, Nigel, she is a fascinating character. As you were talking about on your show earlier tonight, a local news anchor. She actually was an Obama supporter. So this is a woman who, like many Americans, has come to Trump quite late in the game. But he gave her his full throttled endorsement, right?
Yes, I met Kari before she'd even announced she was going to run. And by complete coincidence, I was at Mar-a-Lago the night he endorsed her. So I've been following her progress very, very closely. And I had dinner with her just a couple of months ago when I was last out here in the States. She brings energy. She brings, well, good looks shouldn't matter, but you know what? They do actually make a difference, whatever anybody says. She is very family orientated, very Christian orientated, very traditional. You know, a believer in the Constitution, in what some would believe to be old-fashioned American values. But you know something? You get outside the big cities and you find that's where most Americans are, including a very large chunk of those who normally vote Democrat. So I think she comes into this with no political baggage, tremendous message delivery, courage. No, believe you me, Dan, she is the future of the Republican Party. Of that, I have no doubt at all.
And what I love is she is prepared to take on the MSM, especially the likes of CNN, in a, shall we say, full-throttled way. Well, you heard it here first. Nigel Farage predicting that Kari Lake, if she wins tonight, could end up being Donald Trump's running mate, which would be fascinating. But